Hey everyone, welcome to Date Night with the Dialogue Wheel. My name is Chachi Bobinks, and I'll be your host for the evening. Tonight we've got 3 of our regulars plus 1 special guest. Everyone please introduce yourself, starting with Kat, and let's say who our favorite Dragon Age romance is, and why.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am the direct option on the Dialogue Wheel, and my favorite romance is Alistair. Why, you ask? Because I am a woman. That's all.
I am Tyler, and I am the charm option on the Dialogue Wheel. My favorite romance from any of the Dragon Age games is Liliana, because unlike Morrigan, she's actually nice to you and doesn't yell scary, abusive things that make me sad.
My name is Brian. I am Choice on the Dialogue Wheel, and my favorite Dragon Age romance is Meryl. Yay!
Evan, we've all gone except you. I think you know what that means.
Okay, I'm trying to collect myself. I am Evan. My choice on the Dialogue Wheel would be the flirt option, and I think that's clear enough. And I think my favorite romance option would have to be Meryl, because she's just too cute.
Very good. And my name again is Chachi Bobinks. I am the humorous option, as always. Respected. And my favorite romance is Alistair, because he's perfect and amazing, and he loves cheese and lamppost, and he gives you a rose, and he loves you forever and ever, as long as you're not a fucking mage.
Or you didn't,
or an elf,
or if you don't make him king,
dwarf,
then you're okay.
Or anything but a Kuzlin, because unless you're a
Did you
Kuzlin,
guys
it's just
forget
all
about
screwed
hardening?
up.
Get on the wiki page.
Reroll this.
That is what happened to me.
Hardening is an option, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but then you have to do some fast talking, and if you weren't ready for that, you're like, I don't want to be his mistress, and then no, it's negative.
No. No, some of us don't want to be the king's mistress. Some of us want to be his wife, his devoted life partner. But if you play the mage, oh no, there's your big old surprise in the end, because mages can't rule the country.
What? And then you I kept trying to talk to him, like, seriously, he's gonna back away from that, right? No.
Isn't there a song from Frozen that dealt with this situation? What was it called again?
Do you want to build a snowman?
I think it was
that one.
Yeah, I think it was that one.
Yeah,
that sounds right, actually, yeah.
Obviously, we're here tonight to talk about romances, and we're not passionate about it at all. This is going to be the most dry podcast you ever hear, because we really don't have any opinions whatsoever.
I think compared to a lot of people,
we
really are kind of mild in our opinions.
As we're learning today, as we read through the comments.
Yeah, so you guys are going to be listening to this over the course of the weekend, but we are actually recording this on the 3rd, the day of Romance-Splosion 2014. The day that Mike Laidlaw stepped into our lives once again and laid down the huge...
It's a boy.
The truth in the form of gigantic cojones that shook the world when they hit the ground.
That was
It was
deep.
brutal.
So, well, basically he just kind of decided the mystery was too much for us to bear and just kind of let us have it. What we've been asking for.
I wouldn't say he decided so much as apparently the internet kind of decided for him.
Apparently.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I feel like they kind of got bullied into it a little bit.
So?
And I would like to think that it was like this mutual decision between like him and Mark, and they're like, yeah, bro, let's do this. But I actually think it's just because they were so tired of hearing about it all the time that they're like, so we can move on to something else. Let's just lay it
that's
out.
the way it
He
worked
did
out,
say additional.
That's what I think.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to ask at some point, like, why did you do that? Why did you do it today of all days? But I don't know. They feel like they withstood it for so long. It's hard to believe they finally caved. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we don't have to deal with that kind of fan pressure, so it's hard
true.
for us to put ourselves in a situation like
but
that.
But they live off our fan tears, so I would think that would just be grist for their evil mills.
Well, fan tears is one thing, constant complaint is another.
Yeah, that's very
Brian's
true. And I remember, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that...
Well, imagine the fallout had they waited until launch day, and then everyone found out, oh, this person who everyone assumed was going to be romanceable for the entirety of it no longer is. That would have been bad.
Yeah, but isn't that what usually happens for games? Like, you don't know shit? Like, for DAO, I don't think anyone knew anything. I didn't even know you... I mean, I thought there might be a romance, but I had no idea.
Nothing.
But that's also before the fan base existed.
True, but any game, like, in the past, there was no knowledge of this, you know? And I was so dumb with DAO that, like, it took me... I was halfway through the game before I realized there was a camp you could go to. Yeah. So I had a lot of talking
That's
to do.
all right.
Wait, there's a camp?
Whoa! There was a lot of conversations we had.
On my first playthrough, I went ahead and rushed through Lothering and managed to miss both Liliana and Sten.
Wow.
It was a lonely
Nice.
party.
Yeah, you're like, why are there only 3 of us?
That's
Same
rough.
3 people. You killed Severin, didn't recruit Ogren. Yeah.
I have a dog and a giant
Nothing
stone.
No,
at
it's
all.
you and Morgan
Nothing.
and Alistair and Dog, and that is it.
That would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
Although I totally ship,
Just
I
a little
totally
bit.
ship Allegan, unlike anyone else in the fan base.
Why don't
so
you make
come
me
at bro.
throw up?
I think I
I
just
do.
did.
Yeah.
I ship that.
Disgusting. You're just doing that out of spite.
Hey, I mean it works.
No.
They've got the
Nope.
Joss Whedon style tension.
Ugh.
They banter like a married couple, guys. I mean,
Right?
it's true.
Okay,
old
say the people who've never been married.
Oh.
That is not what married people.
Call
Married
out.
people aren't
Why
like
did I say oh?
full of venomous hatred. That is not what a
Oh.
marriage looks like. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got all real 9 minutes in. Oh wait, no, it's like 5 minutes in.
That's right.
Brilliant.
Well,
We can only go up.
back on the motivation behind the post, I was looking at Twitter earlier, and Lady Insanity, we all know who
Yes.
she is, right? She had made a post, and what she had said is, admittedly, don't feel good about how the allies were announced. Devs had to resort to this because of the constant prodding. What the fuck, devs, let us know. And I kind of think that what she's doing is really, gosh, I hope maybe changing the hearts of people, because a lot of people do go to her for information. And for her to point out, we're the ones who did this, we caused this, and now we really can't complain.
I think the problem that people are having with this is that learning what the allies are and them existing were happening at different times. Like, these were the allies for a long, long time. So just because you know about it doesn't mean that anything has changed. It's the only thing that's changed is you know about it. So it's weird.
Although from what we understand, they've actually added a few more than were originally planned to be in there.
Thank the maker.
Particular
Even
subject.
beyond the extra love interests, though, you have to thank John Epler for making it so that everyone could ride the bull, which is a
I
pretty
think
big
that was a
development.
good idea. That was an
Exactly.
excellent plan.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what do you guys feel about this being such a huge controversy right now when we're in the middle of this Gamergate business and a lot of just general hate within the gaming community? Have we lost our focus somewhere?
We had a focus?
Well, one thing I would say is, BioWare fans tend to like to think that they're crafting their own story when they play through, because we are given so much choice, and the devs definitely do us a favor there. However, they begin to believe that that means that they control
Everything.
every aspect of the narrative. Like, look at the fallout at Mass Effect 3. And it really causes some vitriol anytime the smallest thing isn't precisely how someone thinks it should be. It's just all-out warfare at that point.
Evan, any thoughts?
I mean, I could see where he's coming from. It's really hard to be a game dev because the slightest little tiny detail that you miss that somebody maybe kind of wanted turns into a big shitstorm.
Yeah. Remember the Tally's picture debacle?
That was
Oh
funny.
God, right?
Oh,
But
God.
okay. In that defense, that was stupid.
Yeah, that annoyed me too. But it's just I agree with what you're saying. You have to be careful with every little detail, because if something isn't what people are expecting, they're
hear
going
it.
to get vocal and angry.
But the problem is there's
Because-
lots of people with lots of expectations and lots of preferences, and writing is all about making choices. So you have to make choices at some point, and you're not going to make everybody happy. So hopefully they, won't take this too hard, the devs.
Are you saying BioWare games occasionally involve choice?
I'm
What?
saying that
Get out
any
of
writing...
New things every
Whoa.
No, I'm not
Hold the
talking about
phone.
you playing the game. I'm
Choice.
talking about the people who write it.
I
Have to
know.
choose.
It's something deeply poetic, I think,
Yeah.
in that even making a BioWare game requires a certain level of choice be made.
Right.
Exactly.
And your party members, aka the entire fan community, will give you crap for it no matter what you do.
It's true.
Yeah, and I think one of the ladies on Twitter, at LadyMage00, she's a really cool girl, she kind of said it best. She said, I would like to point out that it is not your game, not your story. You can love it, adore it, but you didn't create it. Stop the hate. And I think sometimes we kind of lose sight of it because BioWare is such a fan-based community and they're so involved with us that we forget that in the end it's really us getting the treat of experiencing their world, not them making a world directly for you as the consumer.
Can you imagine if you treated literally any other product that you were planning on purchasing that
like
way?
Like a book or something? Like, do people get this upset over books?
Yeah,
Just
last
imagine
time
sitting around at the baker when you're about to get
But
a
who
cake
reads
made.
books?
Wait, no. Raspberry on that layer. That's not where I wanted the raspberry. It's not how I pictured it.
Or going to buy like a bottle of Pine Sol and being like, I'm sorry, I don't like the color of the wrapper on this bottle. I think you need to change it so I can make my purchase.
A cake you can make to order because it's just for you, but something that's mass produced, like a book or a movie or something like that, that's like entertainment, like I don't think people get this mad. But people also don't have this much information ahead of time.
You never saw anyone respond to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Megan Fox says April O'Neil.
People are very upset about it.
There's a movie that just came out.
It's kind of like the double-edged blade in that respect, because we only care so much because we love it so passionately. If we didn't love it, we wouldn't give a shit.
So what you're saying is we are all BioWare's psycho girlfriend.
Why does it have to be a girlfriend?
Well, if we're gonna be curt.
Psycho significant other.
Yeah, thank you.
Because
Psycho boyfriend,
yeah,
that works
I'm sorry.
too.
I can tell you that boys are just like girls in that regard.
Yeah, we just love them so much. We don't want them to make choices without us.
Well, yeah, I think you made a good point about people feeling like they're somehow involved in the process. And I think BioWare does listen to us and that sort of thing, but it's like, that's also a fine line. Did you guys notice in the comments that people were saying fan service? For like Cullen, for Blackwell, like, oh, they're just doing it for fan service. I'm like, and this is bad? Like, if they don't do what we want, it's bad, but if they do what we want, it's bad too? Like, are you kidding me?
But they
exactly. Yeah, we tell them what to do, but heaven forbid they do something that we want them to do.
Here's the thing. They really can't win. Because they do what the fans want and it's fan service, but they say, actually, we like to have artistic integrity, and people use that against them for approximately the next 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The entire game is fan service. They're not doing it out of charity.
They're also not doing it for themselves. It's not like it's like the devs themselves playing the game forever. It's going out to us.
Yeah, so they have to consider what we want.
Yeah, they have to make something they think we'll like. But everybody's different. Like, there are people out there, like, listen to me for a second. There are people like this. There are people out there who don't romance Alistair on purpose.
What the fuck?
On
Who
purpose.
are these people? Who are these
Rolling
people?
ladies.
Oh, hell no.
Romancing someone else. Okay? I told you you'd be upset.
You know what? If you're one of those people, tell me in the comments so I can hunt you down.
I know. We need to set you straight.
Please don't do that. I don't want you to attack.
Wow, check your privilege.
Check my Alistair privilege, Chachi. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I didn't know that there are such cruel, vicious people in this world.
Out there. The only way I can't romance Alistair is if I roll a dude. It's the only way.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
very true.
I will find a way.
That's what mods are for, my friend.
No, that's
both.
What fan fiction.
Let's say both.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a break for just a moment to actually, I'm going to ask Evan if he would mind reading out Mike's post so that we can discuss some of the stuff within it a little bit more directly. Do you mind? Mr. Special Guest?
I do not mind. Oh, I feel so special.
Oh, you should.
So, if you take a look at Mr. Mike Laidlow.
We'll link it in the comments.
He did.
Or somewhere.
Oh, of course we will. I trust the great and mighty Chachi to do that.
Do not look at the woman.
But, buttering me up. You're already here. You don't have to suck up now.
Do you love me yet?
You made it,
I always
kid.
have to. Don't get cocky. So, spoiler warning, as he says, this post reveals all of the possible romance options that players will have in the game. If you want to keep the mystery alive until November, be forewarned and leave this video. Now, let's take a moment to talk about these romances in Dragon Age Inquisition. It is quite valid to ask, why reveal such characters can be romanced at all? Isn't it better to leave the mystery and let players discover the romances as they gameplay. While some players understandably prefer to start games completely unspoiled, the truth is that DAI is huge. The story takes a great deal of time to unfold, as do the relationships players develop with followers. As a result, you could play a game for a significant length of time before discovering that a follower isn't interested, like Varric. Many players also have no interest in romancing anyone. Again, many prefer that kind of discovery. Many players also have no interest in romancing anyone, and we've designed each follower to have a rewarding story arc for players who choose to engage with them, romantically or not. We've come to realize, however, that for many players, romances are an incredibly important feature, one in which we've invested a great deal of development time. And they prefer a heads up to having their hearts set on a particular character, only to end up disappointed. To preface this information, a few words on our design goals for romances. First, we want to offer choice to our players. This doesn't mean that all choices are available to everyone. It means that no matter what type of character you choose to play, more than one possible romance option will be available. This doesn't guarantee that a player will find a particular character to be personally appealing, which could be in case even if every character in the game could be romanced by anyone. But it ideally lets each player know they're not in an afterthought in our development process. I love you, BioWare. Hard hands everywhere. Stop this for a second. I really do like BioWare. Since we were talking about how people want everything from BioWare because they're a big fan-based community, I feel like these games aren't being made because they find it fun. They're being made because they like to make us happy.
Mm-hmm.
And the occasional rant.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
And then we express our happiness with our money. That helps. Yeah, that's not happiness.
And some tweets, and a lot of an obsessively large amount of tweets, depending on who.
It just has to be so frustrating to put so much love and effort into something, and have people complain when one element is different from how they want it to be. Because I can't imagine, being that I like to think of myself as a vaguely creative type, but don't really have that much output, that I would be. I like to imagine that I would be able to deal with things like that fairly well, but I would not want to think of how I would take releasing a work that I'd put that much heart and soul into,
that
and
has
having
to
people
hurt
nitpick at the parts
level.
that weren't actually even meant to be the point.
But on to the point. Second, we want our characters to be internally consistent. Every major DAI character has a story arc, personal goals, and thoughts on how your journey together has evolved. Sometimes a romance arc doesn't make sense for them. Sometimes it does. Either way, we aren't trying to justify why a character can't be romanced. We're looking at how a romance with that character would make sense, according to the rest of their story, and why that romance will strengthen an interesting story arc. Finally, a character being eligible for a romance doesn't necessarily guarantee that they will be successfully won over. These characters have their own agendas and opinions, and the choices a player makes during the game have a definite impact on their affections. That's intentional. Not even an exclamation point. With that in mind, we now reveal who can be romanced by whom. If you're not interested in having that kind of foreknowledge before going into Inquisition, consider this a fair warning and then proceed no further. Just go away. You see that pause button? No, okay, not the pause button. You see that big red X?
You shall not.
Yeah, like turn the video off, guys, because it's about to get heavy.
Alright, but for those of you who are still here, let's go. Here are our core romance options. They are available to players of any race to fulfill our first design goal of providing multiple options to everyone. Tyler, can I get a drum roll, please? Cassandra is interested in male characters. Any thoughts?
Yay!
Yeah,
male characters.
Blackwall
We knew this
is
already.
interested in female characters.
That was new.
That's new.
Yeah.
And we'll table that one to talk about that soon.
Alright, just
very soon.
check that out. Put it over here. Josephine.
Yes.
Josephine! Get off my boat.
Fine. Josephine is interested in both male and female characters, but
We knew that.
Iron Bull is interested in both male and female characters.
And dwarves.
Kind of upset that he didn't just phrase it as Iron Bull is interested in anything that doesn't break, because I thought that was canon.
Iron Bull is interested in anyone strong-willed enough.
Strong-boned enough.
Wait.
Let's not get into this.
No, I'm saying that it was a surprise
Yes.
that he was. We thought he was going to be
Solas, are you saying that dwarves are their own gender?
And he wasn't. So that was kind of a surprise.
Because
But we'll get to the
John
race gate
Epler.
later.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Sarah is interested in female characters, but we knew that. Dorian
knew
is
that.
interested in male characters.
And has a mustache.
And I'm
We
okay.
knew that.
Yes, he does.
And we now move on to the 2 additional romance options that were added in the game as a result to extra development. They are more limited in scope, largely for reasons directly related to their story arcs, but are otherwise the equal of the other options. And we have Cullen, who is interested in female elves and female humans.
So good.
And the saints above us song.
But
good.
forget those dwarves, they're
So
smelly.
good.
Let's not, okay?
And Solas is interested in female
I'm
elves
going to
only.
optimistically say that when they say limited in scope, they
Yeah.
simply mean the race gating when it comes to how it has to be animated as opposed to anything involving
do.
story or character or anything like that. Okay, excellent. I'm glad.
Mike Laidlaw confirmed that that is known.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
good.
it has been. It is. In fact, both him and David Gator confirmed that when they said limited in scope, they meant specifically in who they can romance,
the race
not
skating.
that it was a lesser story.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is good.
I know.
because-
I like lost it for a second. I was like, Cullen, don't you do this to me. Don't you give me
Pats
some
you on the
shitty
cheek,
romance.
pats you on
Like,
the head,
oh,
and
okay.
sends you on your way.
We've been waiting for 2 games.
Or like, my mind is going to horrible places. Like, well, you were
Yeah.
gonna be in love, but then he died. You know, like that's where I'm like, no.
Is that where the
The
limitations
limitations
come
come in around the time there's a limitation. to
somewhere?
the
But
spine.
no,
It's limited and
it's like, oh, he likes.
The limitations
he likes
come in
females,
around the
okay.
sword's edge, so
Oy. It's like he likes humans and elves. I can roll one of those for you, baby. Whatever you like.
I'll
No
do
problem.
anything for
That's
you,
right.
Cullen, baby.
I'll be whoever you need
there
me
was
to
a
be.
There was a 50% chance I was gonna play one of those anyway. Just saying. So I'm
Just
good.
saying.
And I'm
good.
pleased that he is not class gated because we were
Every
worried that he was going to be.
Which would
no
make
mages.
sense.
Not true.
Yeah.
Yep.
In case you
It would.
Just like it makes sense for
but-
Solas to only be interested in elves.
exactly.
Well, we don't really know enough about him to say that, to be honest with you. And I think this is something that is kind of problematic about all the angst that's been kind of riled up. Is that
Yes.
we don't know these characters that well, so you can say, "Oh my gosh, I so wanted to romance whoever," and it's like, well, you don't know that you did.
You could be an asshole.
Yeah, you could be
don't
like,
know.
ew.
What if
You know,
they're weird?
everyone wanted to romance Blackwell.
Please,
but he
I'm
could,
sure
you know,
Iron
he could
Bull
sound
is a
like Steve
perfectly
Urkel for all
courteous
we know.
gent.
We don't know.
You know nothing.
I'm not worried about
sure.
Iron Bull. It's Freddie Prinze Jr. We're good. We are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
thoughts on the letter?
Very much
Not
so.
exactly the romances discussed, but any other thoughts on his?
I am sad that it
Manifesto.
had to
kidding.
have that long a disclaimer in the beginning.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And it seemed like it's something he really didn't want to do, but felt obligated, I think, on behalf of the other devs to
Did you
do.
feel like he was sighing when he wrote it?
Just perpetual
Because
face.
they-
I feel like there might have been a couple of
Yes.
yeah.
yeah,
they've got
just
a
constant
lot.
That
sighing.
takes a
of
lot of balls, though,
harassment
to know that
over
other
it.
devs are getting crap and you aren't, and to decide to be the lightning rod for all of it. That's admirable to me.
Yeah.
Do you think he is though? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they went after
that's true.
everybody.
It's an attempt, at least.
Oh yeah, and they are. They're attacking all of the devs.
Well,
right
yeah,
now.
but now it's him that announced it.
I just don't understand that. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't understand attacking the devs at all. I understand, like, oh, that didn't go quite the way I wanted it to go. Like, I wanted to romance Solas with a human,
But there's still...
but that's not going to work out. So
Cat,
either I don't romance
there's
him,
still 2 months
or I
left. They'll
adjust and I
change
make
it for
something
me if I
else.
yell loud enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed, so to speak.
Well, and Kat, one of the things I think that makes it so easy to do this is you're hiding behind a name on Twitter or the
You
forums,
can get away with
and
anything.
at the end of the day, you don't honestly have to deal with the person you're looking at. You can threaten them online. You can insult them and their families. You can just throw every bit of vitriol at them, and you have almost no real-world
No, I get
consequences
that.
for it. But they, at the end of the day, you are threatening them, their person, their work, and that is just
I don't
horrifying.
understand that reaction. I understand, like, I wanted it to be this way, and I found out it's not. I understand disappointed. I do not understand rage.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a fine line.
they don't consider
It's
the devs
entitlement.
people because
It's
they
that
don't
same
have
thing
to
that we
see
keep
the
hearing
people
over
on a
and over
daily
again.
basis.
It's the
It's outside their monkey
entitlement of
sphere.
these people to think, oh, well, this is a product that I've paid for before, and I thought the last one was slightly less good than I wanted it to be. Therefore, I own them until this one comes out. This is my thing, and it'll be the way I want it to be.
It's so weird. Again, I totally understand that people
It's
are
just a
disappointed
temper
and sad.
tantrum.
That I understand.
It doesn't have to make sense.
You know, you had expectations. The rage is weird. It's to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand rage.
I think it's hilarious that people think they can make the devs dance over $60.
I don't even know if that's
I
what
don't
they
think
think.
there
I
is
don't
a line
even
of
know.
logic.
Your pre-order is not the reason they're
I
going to
don't
add
know if
someone.
they think that. If they think they're actually going to change anything. I don't know if that's the truth. I think they just are lashing
No other
out.
way to get the emotion out, apparently.
They just want to be.
They want to be heard.
Why don't they go play a video game?
Ah!
Oh.
No, it's all.
Go and maybe let one of the devs' characters die. That works.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't threaten Gator. He'll go all George R.R. Martin on us and kill our favorite characters out of spite. Oh,
You know, he
God.
might have already done that. You realize that, right?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know that.
Gator
I
We're
know.
sorry.
Let's
We
not
don't know.
tempt fate or Gator.
There's no way to know.
Because we haven't
It was
hailed
Evan
Gator
this
this whole
last
time.
It was the new guy, I promise.
That's true.
That's right. Hail Gator. Yeah, it wasn't us. The dialogue wheel loves you. Every time.
And his character that he wants to romance is I don't know. Who do we not care about? I can't think of anybody
Tally.
that can die.
But like medieval Tally.
No,
She's not-
you get out.
Is Tally in DAI?
Yeah.
Wrong game.
Pickle
Evil.
Evil
Donna.
Tally. That's fine.
Okay.
So kill her.
There you go.
Goldana.
Go kill that. Kill
That's it.
kill
I
that
mean,
bitch.
don't, please.
Kill off Goldana.
She means very much to us. Anything. Don't throw me in the briar patch.
No, not Goldana.
Oh no! Please don't take her away from us and stuff.
That money I gave her will go to waste.
Personally, the one I don't want him to kill off is Vaughn in the City Elf origin. Please
Yeah,
don't
to
kill
me
him.
the game is less.
He's
Dragon
my
Age
favorite.
Farm Simulator
Yeah,
2014.
that's sad.
So by all means, keep him around.
Yes.
I was
He's
really
male
disappointed
hawk,
that you
you'd
couldn't
get all
ship
awkward.
him, to be
Or
honest
shall
with
I
you.
say awkward?
Yeah.
I hate me too.
Okay, strike one, Tyler.
I want Sweeney to be in my party before he dies.
Aww. One last hurrah.
We used to punish them with a freezy chair.
Wow.
We're such nerds.
I love Sweeney.
We are. Okay, so here's another thing that's been really irritating people. The count. You
Besides
too.
that.
The count has got
Yes,
a lot of
very
people
much.
very upset. A lot of them are people who wanted to play games where they romance females
That
that are
they're
guys.
there.
So straight male romances. We're seeing a lot of upsetness that when it comes to the guys, they have
Ooh,
Dorian, who's a
no.
gay option, and Cassandra, who is a straight option.
Well, don't forget about
Whereas the
Josephine.
females have, right? Whereas the females have now got. Well, no, it's the
And Iron
comments
Bull.
that are actually being fired out on the BSN right now are that they wanted ones that were not bisexual. Like we wanted
Wow.
a straight female because I guess in the eyes of
Oh,
in the
boo-hoo.
in the eyes of some of these people, if she's bisexual,
Straight people
exactly,
are so
if she's bisexual,
underrepresented.
she's bisexual.
Straight males. I think if you do the math, and you look at their 6
Ugh, man.
relationships, that's actually, even if you take out the 2 that they added later, Cullen and Solus, if you look at the 6, that is still more than we've ever had in a Dragon Age game.
that's-
Still
exactly.
more. Still more options. Even if you took out the gay ones, which you should not do. But if you did, that's 4. That is on par with what we've had in the past, where it's 2 straight and 2 bisexual. That is DAO, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
So it's exact. So nothing has been taken.
But
All that has happened is
but
things have
Kat.
been added. Okay, so we added 2 more, and we added 2 for the
But Kat,
ladies.
they're ladies.
Nothing is
How
taken.
am I gonna play a game and not sleep with all
What?
the ladies?
You get as many as there are available, and we don't know if there's other like random ass being thrown your way, like in other places, like in brothels or whatever.
My devil's
Which could happen if
advocation
that's
there
what
was
you want.
obvious, right?
Oh,
Right?
Just so we're
brothels.
clear.
Yes. You do that voice
Some
when you're
people
pretending
don't
to be
catch
a
on to that.
mouth-breathing,
It's a problem.
knuckle-dragging,
Neanderthal.
misogynist.
Oh.
Wait, there's a difference?
There is.
We
Aw.
all love
playing
you,
Tyler.
Tyler.
But anyway, That's the point I would like to get out there, is that nothing has been taken from anybody. All they did was add, and just because I didn't add something you wanted,
you know what? No.
mean
Even
that
sounds too entitled.
That it was taken from
because you know what?
something was
no matter
taken.
what, even if they decided that this Dragon Age game wasn't going to have romance options, nothing is being taken from you. They are crafting a narrative and crafting a game, and you are able to purchase it and play it. You're not automatically entitled to it because the concept exists. They made a product and a work of art, and you're allowed to enjoy it if you pay the money for it. There's no entitlement involved there. Nothing can be taken away from you because you didn't have anything.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you find that there's a character that you really like, and whichever gender you want to play can't romance them, then you can always stretch your wings out a little bit.
Or maybe make a friend
gender.
with a character.
It's not going to kill you.
I will be playing my first dude.
Or...
Yes, you don't have to romance him, but I will be rolling my first dude ever in any BioWare game where I had a choice, just to romance
Same
Lauren.
thing. Same here. I've never rolled a male character.
Probably be kind of a feminine looking dude, but still, perhaps.
I would.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And that's because I like him as a character, and I would like to explore the romance, and I'm willing to, like you said, kind of expand a little bit and try something new.
But
and what's
comfort
wrong with
zone.
I'll probably roll.
Yay.
Well, screw
Nothing at
your
all.
comfort zone.
Next thing you know, I'll have to let
Anonymous
the
internet
ladies play the video games.
Whoa.
Yes, let
Then
us.
they'll have opinions all over my nice
Don't do that.
games.
Where will we get our sandwiches if that happens, Tyler?
Really? Sandwiches. Ugh.
Okay, so
Facetious sandwiches.
Right. Let's talk about.
Facetious.
Will you shut up with your fucking sandwiches?
And even milk sandwiches.
Sandwich.
Tastiest.
Oh,
It's
it was
a
another
Dragon
thing.
Age
How do you
thing.
milk a
They're
sandwich?
better.
Gross. No.
It's. Okay, so let's talk about colon specifically.
Yes. Oh, yes.
You guys
okay.
y'all can just
I
take
needed
a break
nap
really
anyways.
fast.
Take a step back. It's
All right, let's go.
Go do some. Go get a sandwich. Since that
I should
seems
go.
to be on the menu.
What?
We'll be back in an
We'll handle
hour.
this.
Well, I'm
sorry,
apparently
except
not
for Ryan.
You can
invited.
stay
You're totally invited.
because you're a colonite, and that's
You're
One of us.
One of us.
One of us.
Go away.
Okay, so I just wanted to point out first and foremost that, we found out, of course, that he can only romance females that are human or elf. And a lot of people are throwing out, oh, he's racist, he prejudiced, all these awful things. I think people need to kind of check themselves for a moment and realize that this is the man who has spent most of his life, or we don't know how long of his life, but a good chunk of his time at least, in a circle or the gallows or another place that's filled with mages. And the places that are filled with mages are full of humans and elves, right? So I think it wouldn't make sense if he came right out the gate and he was like, let's fall in love with a Canary. He's comfortable with humans and elves. He's got post-traumatic stress disorder. He's a very damaged man. Why, it would make sense that he would gravitate towards people that are familiar to him.
I don't think we have enough information.
And there are also the philosophical.
Well, maybe.
There are also philosophical differences between the Canary and the humans of Thedas and, say, the dwarves who believe in the stone instead of the Maker. And if you are so attached to your faith that you are a member of essentially a paladin order, following that, your faith might be important to you. And the two main followers of the Maker would be humans and elves. City elves often take up a worship of Andraste.
Yeah, but we know that the elf is Dalish, so that's a problem with that theory.
Ooh.
True.
But,
True, however, that means that he could still... how to say?
Oh, God, don't say that. Oh, no. Please, no. No, thank you. I think that we don't have enough information. I don't think we have enough information. It could just be that that's what he's attracted to.
Well, anything right now is...
Maybe it's just
anything
like
right now
what
is
gets
going
him
to
going.
be...
Like his reptile brain is into humans and elves. And it's nothing to do with philosophy or anything like that. It's just what
Frankly,
happens to turn his crank.
it
Who knows?
probably would have made more sense
That's
It would've
almost
made more
worse,
sense for him
though.
to only be interested in humans, and elves were probably more of a compromise because their model sizes were similar. Because
Again,
True, from a sheer gameplay
you know in
point of view.
DAO
I
he
thought
liked
he
both.
only openly
Like, he would
flirted
be
with
interested in
the
either
human
human
mage.
or
Does
an
he flirt
elf.
with both?
Nope.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
He flirts
No.
with both.
Nope. He
Yeah,
flirts with an elf
But
female
most
too.
of the I think most of the races, all of them acknowledge that elves are very attractive. Like everybody likes elves.
Merle.
So, again, I feel like people automatically assuming like, oh, it's because he's a religious zealot, or oh, because he's racist, or oh, because he's sheltered. Like, we don't know yet. So I think we need to adopt a wait and see approach. And if you don't like the way he's acting, then you don't need to worry about romancing him.
Exactly.
There's lots of options, ladies.
And I mean, it's not like you don't. It's not like you don't encounter people with their own tastes in real life too.
So I think the Solus with the elf thing is more interesting. And there's been a lot of theories on that. One of the theories I saw, which I'm sure you've all seen, is that he wants to, if he's going to procreate with someone, he wants to have elf babies and not elf-blooded babies. Which is kind of, I don't know, kind of weird.
Well, and if you're a subjugated race, a second-class citizen, I can see that as being more of a noble cause than otherwise might be the case. Especially when your genetic heritage means that you are recessive no matter what when you breed.
But it may not have anything to do with breeding. I don't know. That one is the most interesting to me to see what the reason is, because I bet they'll tell you.
Well, he's kind of a hermit character when we first meet him, right? So who's he going to be more comfortable with?
That's what they were saying.
A person of another race who he's never really interacted with before, or another elf who at least has some level of familiarity to him. If he has had almost zero exposure to other cultures,
then point in their favor as well.
Yeah. Well,
it wouldn't necessarily
Isn't
make
that
sense.
sheltered?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think people are getting really up in arms.
They haven't met
the necessary information, and that's just crazy. Yeah,
exactly.
You know what's one thing the BioWare writers can promise? They're all going to be BioWare characters. They're going to be written well, I promise.
Exactly.
We're going
regardless
to love them.
of how you
and
felt
written
about
well.
And written well.
even those who didn't like Dragon Age 2 had to admit that the characters were well written. That's never been a concern.
That was clearly the best part of the entire thing.
Yeah.
And I go so far to say the banter was the best.
I like the combat better.
The banter was amazing. I'm going to miss out on Colin.
Aww. Guys, Josephine. That's all I wanted to add.
Fellas, that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry. We have to talk about what's germane. And, so we talked about Colin. We talked about a little bit about Blackwall. Anybody else have anything to say about Blackwall?
Well, we didn't really touch on him. We talked about Solus.
Touch on it.
But we can now.
But you can now.
That was well done. Best transition yet.
There you go. Finally, third podcast.
It is confirmed.
No, that's the best part.
All right, so Blackwall. A lot of people were really on the fence when it came to their speculation.
Or on the wall.
Seems. Or on the wall.
Oh,
you could just stay a little bit longer, Tyler.
Sorry, guys, it's my bedtime.
Damn it, Tyler.
no, none of that.
I thought no way on Blackwall.
I didn't think so either, but you know, I
well, that was back when we thought we had Vivian.
That's true.
Yes, we did.
And I think the interesting thing is that when you look at the feedback that people are providing right now, they all seem to think that it was either Blackwall or Vivian. Like there was this battle between the two, and there was a choice that had to be made.
Always
That's what writers'
Blackwall.
pit really means.
Yeah, like it was like Hunger Games or something.
So the fact that we have Blackwall means that the consequence of that is that we don't have Vivian. Those are related things. That was sarcasm.
I think that they just kind of put that together themselves because those were the two that we thought were more likely. Well. I like that Vivian isn't romanceable because none of us are worthy of her anyway. That girl's fabulous. Yeah. I'm just saying. But
or lesions smell fine.
She just can't wait to be queen.
You don't even know what she smells like.
That's right. But with
Blackwall, go ahead.
Personally, when I played through DAO, the thing that made me the most disappointed, I bawled within the first hour of gameplay when Duncan died because I was like, I'm gonna marry this man. He's awesome.
Whoa! Hold on, Duncan died?
When that happened, I was like,
when did he die?
Duncan?
Shush. Don't feed the trolls.
I'm not feeding the trolls.
Damn it.
That's the thing. Like, I think that was freaking brilliant the way they did that, because they set it up like, okay, after this you're gonna do this and we're gonna do Grey Warden stuff, so you think he's like gonna hang out with you for a
you
while.
get excited.
Okay,
They set
hey.
that up so well, and then bam, he's dead.
There
It's like,
was
he's
no
not dead, right?
indication.
He's
That's
not dead, right?
entirely
Oh, he's
an
dead.
unheard of aspect of a story. The old mentor
Yeah.
dying off early after imparting all the necessary knowledge. He's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's
Oh, no.
from the
But we
awful
didn't
Aragon
see
book.
it coming.
I
But we didn't see it
I
coming.
understand that, but the fact that
That's
it was
what
done
makes
so
BioWare
well, I
different.
did
They
not
use
expect
tropes
that.
in a way that works.
Yeah.
Mind you, we lost Duncan before we even had a concept
that's
about the
true.
lifespan of a Grey Warden. Like, we didn't
Yeah.
know that there was... Exactly, we didn't know that there was a chance he was going to go either way, either Ostergar or by taking a trip down south.
Well, I didn't get invested
So
very
a lot
much
of
with...
us...
I didn't get invested very much with Alistair at first because I thought he was going to be the one to die because he didn't seem very important at the time.
In hindsight, I think I see what you're
Bite
saying.
your
In
tongue.
hindsight, you know, it could have been called Dragon Age Alistair, but
and we're perfectly
Clearly,
happy with that
Davith
thing.
was the one
I
that
agree.
was going to be along for the ride.
I would've
right,
preferred
guys?
Duncan.
Davith and Jory
What?
were going to be along.
Davith. Oh yeah.
Sir
Him and
Jory.
Sir Jory.
Sir
They were,
Jory is a
Dude,
romance
Sir Jory
option,
was
Oh,
my
right?
yeah.
bro.
He's BFFs.
yes.
Anyway, my point in bringing up Duncan was that those of us who really, really, really liked him and were very disappointed when he died because we were totally going to have little Grey Warden babies with him, we now get
Maybe
our
they didn't want
chance.
to be Grey Wardens.
We now get our chance to romance our older,
When his
nice-looking
personality is
Grey
completely
Warden
different, don't be
dude.
disappointed.
So I'm just saying, I'm pretty thrilled.
Yeah, that's...
I don't want to hear that his personality is going to be different.
It sounds somewhat related, just like the catchphrases and the little tidbits that we've gotten about how he's, you know, very honorable and he's into duty. That sounds like
I'm just
Duncan.
saying,
The
though,
interview,
they're
to
not
me,
going to
sounded
write the
very
same
Duncan.
character.
Yeah,
But
right. I think
he seems a lot more laid back than Duncan was,
Yeah.
at least when we saw him, but maybe closer to what he was in The Calling. Back when he...
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Duncan in The Calling. It's cool knowing he was a little...
Yes, he was great.
I never read that.
Just a little.
What I was gonna say is what I was reading is that people are comparing Blackwell to Thane
Oh,
from
no.
Oh, yeah.
Mass Effect. Yeah,
Don't do that to us, BioWare. We can't handle it
I'm
again.
not gonna.
Can't
Don't do
you
it.
see
I can't.
You can
But
see
wait,
it though,
hey.
right?
Shit, I can
you
see it, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
love it, and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna cry.
I think it would be hilarious if they're building up that the entire time, and then it turns out that at the very end of Inquisition, Cullen starts getting addled by lyrium.
Oh.
That would be great to me. No. No, Blackwell's
Ryan, what
okay.
is wrong with
Blackwell's just fine. Cullen, though,
He,
he keeps asking
Blackwell
your
was a red
name.
herring.
He turns around one day and looks at you.
I just
Stop!
No, did it?
Stop!
Enchantment?
I don't
Oh,
care.
Drag
How about
two,
that?
Tyler.
I'd ship it anyway. I don't care.
At,
You can
at the
say
end of the
anything he
game,
wants.
no,
Yes.
guys, it could be like the Notebook, and at the end of the game, we're sitting down, and there's an old lady retelling this story to an old man, and we found out that the whole entire game series was just somebody telling Colin his life story
God.
because it's like the fucking Notebook.
That's so bad. Because he is one of the only ones
Here's
in all of the
events that are
games.
incredibly tangentially related to you,
That's-
sir.
that's my
I hope
theory.
this helps jog your memory. Remember that one time you saw a guy?
Maybe that's just the story he likes.
Let me spend 100 hours talking
Let me tell you
about
the time I
Lord.
told someone else this one story. That should help you, Colin.
Let me tell you about your first crush, because I am a masochist.
Chachi.
I like
don't
my
think they
theory.
like-
That's all that
No,
counts.
I mean, people are saying that it's the calling, right? That he's older and that we don't know how long he's got. I read something interesting. Somebody said that what if you sided with the architect? Maybe then he's not in danger. That's
Yeah,
Hey,
that sounds
maybe they'll
very
give him the
interesting.
I thought that
DLC.
was very interesting.
Damn
It
it.
depends on if
Shush.
I'm just now getting over it.
maybe he's traveling alone because he didn't want to side with the architect. Because we know that there were some sketchy dealings going on.
You
during
know
the
who he
DA2
reminds me
with
of?
Wardens.
Did anyone read the most recent Dragon Age book, Masked Empire? Anyone
No.
other than me?
I've read them all.
No,
Okay.
not yet. It's on my book.
So, for Brian and those of you who have actually done your homework, listening at home,
I don't see how
he
that's
is
homework.
almost He is almost identical in character, just from what I've heard so far, and even in the way his appearance looks, as opposed to my imagination, to Sir Michel from Masked Empire.
But isn't he younger?
No. Sir Michel is also, I believe, supposed to be around the same age. He's just not a warden, so he might live longer.
He's not as old, and I thought he was blonde, dude.
What? I don't think he was blonde.
Well, let's talk about it some more, because it's totally relevant.
Wait, this Dragon Age book has nothing to do with yeah.
This is a podcast. Shall we talk about Vivian? Yeah.
I really
that's
do think
the heartbreaker for a lot of people.
Game, though.
Jeez, because
Sir Michel.
Alright, and that's already. What about
I was
Vivian?
really looking forward to a strong, self-confident love interest mage who was still in the circle. Because so far we've only been able to romance apostates.
That's
You didn't
true.
do the secret win romance?
Oh God, no!
You didn't know? How is there not a mod for that, by the way?
Let's not
I'm
ask.
cool with there not being.
I'm totally down for a May-October relationship. I'm down for
it. For Vivian, I don't know. I feel like being part of the circle kind of means that you don't do that sort of thing.
Tell that to win.
Well, and how does she feel about it? She discourages you.
She's kind of mad about it, really.
Wasn't her life kind of ruined by having relationships?
Yeah.
No, not really.
She's not thrilled with how that turned out, if I remember right.
Yeah, she's not exactly.
And she certainly didn't seem to keep doing it. That's in a book.
One of her biggest regrets seemed to be not being able to raise a child. That seemed to be the reason why she did that. And Vivian is in a unique position to maybe help change the way the circle functions. So, if she had different views on it, she wouldn't have to be. I know, and I'm not saying she has to, but we haven't met the character yet, so we can't know. That could be motivation.
Vivian don't need no man.
Another piece of speculation about Vivian was the reason you can't romance her is because she's with someone else.
Ooh.
For example, Celine was thrown out there.
Oh, that would be problematic for a number of reasons.
Or Gaspard.
Correct.
Oh,
Gaspard.
Yeah, could be.
Or maybe both.
Could be
maybe she's playing both sides.
Yeah.
I could actually totally see that.
That'd be cool. Or maybe she, maybe she just looks at you and goes, "You're not good enough for me," which she would be correct about.
She's already my favorite.
Yeah, aren't you from the Free Marches? You're not gonna be good enough.
Gives us an excuse
I'm
to
holding
go to
out
a
for the
religion
champion
ball.
or the warden.
Yeah, right. Who are you? You're some guy with a jacked up hand. That's it.
But guys, she gives us an excuse to go to an Elysian ball. How cool is that?
I'm so excited.
I am looking forward to making the choice between my character wearing dress clothes or armor to the ball more than I am any changes to the combat engine.
I don't know how to respond to what you just said.
The answer is obvious.
I am right there with you. If I have to wear some suit thing to the ball,
unless that's what you pick,
what we've seen, and if you want to pick that, that's okay. But if it's a requirement for us to wear that god awful outfit that we had to wear before, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
the Hugh Hefner of the medieval age.
Is anybody hoping that the ball will be like in Sid Meier's Pirates, where you have to do the moves?
I love you so much in this moment.
If that's going to be the case, then that's all I'm doing.
Anyone?
I'm replaying that mission over and over again.
Why not?
Got to get those hearts in the big circle, double hearts, triple
imagine
hearts.
missing the button and just watching the Inquisitors stumble around a ballroom.
And they get slapped at the very end.
It just...
That's why Vivian won't romance you right there.
Yeah, you're like got no moves.
If you fail it, you're just dancing like a Mass Effect Shepard.
That's right. You're doing a
off in a corner on your own.
Yes.
Only
everyone's
that one
ignoring
dance with you.
The servants even quit coming over to give you stuff.
They're like, don't even look at her. Don't even look at her.
It's awful.
You suffer a critical mission failure because no one is raising any funds for you.
We'd rather the demons
They've
kill
declared
us.
war on the Inquisition.
Yeah, I could see Orleans. I could actually see Orleans doing that. Better the demons kill us than we let this unfashionable brood get in.
I believe it. I believe it.
I'd rather the demons kill us all. No. Yeah.
Logain.
These free marchers dance
Logain's
like Eldens.
Actually, Logain can live.
Not in any playthrough I've ever done.
He can.
That's
live.
right.
Oh.
You want to know why? Because that's what Alistair
Thunder
wants,
biscuit
and Alistair
guy.
gets what he wants.
Wow.
Alistair
way to be
gets what he wants. That's
self-actualized.
right. Mm-hmm.
You can throw as much shade as you want. I happen to agree with him. Fuck that guy.
That's
agree
what's
with him,
important.
too.
All I'm saying is the comics have Alistair as king, so whatevs.
Spoilers!
I didn't hear it.
Spoiler.
I didn't hear it.
They are. People are almost an hour in now. The spoiler.
Why did
warning's
you
fine.
remind
Okay, we already told him to leave if
Yeah,
they weren't
knew
ready
there were
for
spoilers
it.
coming.
Miss Mary.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
let's
miss
see. We've
Mary.
talked about Vivian. We've talked about Blackwall. We've talked very briefly about Solus. We've talked about Cullen. Any final thoughts? Yeah, any final thoughts? How about this? We'll go around and everyone give one final thought about romances. Maybe something you anticipate. Maybe something you want. Maybe something you could care less about. Yes, let's start with Kat.
My hope for romances is that
Yes.
you don't have showers in your underwear. I would like no underwear at all. 'cause
Tasteful
that kinda
nudity.
ruins it for me. I would like some cutscenes, fades to blacks.
I want a mature
tasteful
filter.
shadowing, stuff like that. Can we do that? Because I want to. Yeah, I don't want to have to mod this shit again. That's all.
Again?
How
Oh my.
many?
All right.
All the mods.
Enough.
The one thought I would like to add is that I would like to once again reiterate Josephine. I'm sorry, who's next?
Thank you for adding so much.
I know.
Brian.
My one thought for this is hopefully I'll be able to get over Varric long enough to enjoy the
Oh my.
I wasn't anticipating that knife through my heart, asshole. Thanks.
I was prepared.
Your heart
I'm
what?
sorry, but I have to live with it every day.
Damn it.
What would Bianca say?
Cullen. We're good.
Okay.
Oh.
Your turn.
I don't know, but I find that Bianca's voice has a nice twang to it.
Okay, that's strike. That was strike
That
3.
was terrible.
Yeah, you're out. You're out of the podcast.
Terrible.
What happened to 2?
That happened a while back.
Out!
That one was so bad.
It happened like
counts as
20
two.
minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, he
Alright,
was
Evan.
there.
Evan, final thoughts.
I'm going to ride the Iron Bull.
Damn straight. Yes.
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 All the way to market.
This just
Don't
took
you
a
mean all the way
long
home?
turn. I didn't anticipate that turn there. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, he's always there. He's
quickly.
always there.
Oh yes.
With Fisher's Bleeders.
Oh my.
I'm just
those
gonna
are
say,
really good
he-
ones.
He only has one eye.
was pretty
for
good.
you.
All I'm saying is that he's either going to be in my party or in my pants. That's it.
Or the party in your pants.
Why can't it be both? There's a party in
I
your
said
pants.
he's
Is
either
that
going
what
to
you
be in my
said?
party or...
No, I heard.
We made
My
it.
pants.
Silly pants.
We already talked about
Yeah.
pants. Do I have to
That
say
was
it
good.
again?
Chances are your pants are not as fancy. as
Okay,
a pair
that
of
is
very
strike
fancy
4.
pants.
This
How'd you manage
conversation
that?
has far too many pants for me.
Okay, and my final closing thought is that I hope that since we're going for more realistic romances this time around, that you will have that you will have the opportunity to disagree with your love interest and make up with your love interest and have fights and have happy good times where you laugh and have an actual dynamic relationship and not just like, oh, you accidentally chose option number 3, it should have been number 1, now you will never ever ever get to see it actually come to life. That's what I hope.
And if you've made it this far into the podcast, please let us know on Twitter by entering #BattleNugs.
That's right.
Yes.
And if you've enjoyed anything that we have to say tonight, or if you want to discuss it further, or if you want to tell us that we're all pig-headed idiots and you hate us, there's a comment section below.
Mostly me.
Mostly him. There is a comment section below, and we'd love to get feedback from you. Anytime that you tell us what we've done well or otherwise, we just grow as people.
Oh.
And like little Katamari Damacy balls, picking up all of your sludge and happiness and turning them into a star.
I'm all soft on the inside, so watch me fall apart.
That's right. Doesn't everyone want to do that? Alright, so Evan,
I do.
since you were our special guest for the night, you get to sign us off.
And it is with my great pleasure that I bid you all adieu.
Adieu, good sir.